Hi guys, how are you? So, today I'm doing a video and I'm very excited about this video because, actually yesterday I gave up on doing the videos. I was like, I'm not gonna do them anymore. I'm very bad at doing the videos. All my videos look terrible and, I didn't feel like they were being of any useful service because they were so bad and I felt so embarrassed sharing them with people. So nobody saw the videos. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stop doing the videos because also I heard this phrase that power is focused energy, and I felt like I was putting my energy on way many different things. And sorry for all the noises. There's a road there with a lot of cars. But anyways, that's not gonna stop us today because so I literally gave up on doing the videos. And then this girl out of the middle of nowhere, she texts me on Instagram and she's like, I just watched your video on discipline and it was so useful because I'm doing ISGP and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And it just made my day. And she was like, yeah, many people here watch your videos. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like, so cool that they're actually like being of service, like it helped her. I'm so happy. Because, I every time I learn something, I just want to share so that other people can learn, also, and everybody can grow and become better Baha'is. So I'm very grateful that that happened. And also, I feel like it was a sign from God, like to not stop doing the videos. Anyways, I'm talking too much as usual and rambling. But today, I want to do a video on New Year's resolution. Yesterday, I was doing my New Year's resolution, and I know as Baha'is, we have a Baha'i New Year, but culturally, we follow the Gregorian calendar in most parts of the world, I think. So, yeah, I think it's always good to like know in what direction you want to go. And this is also one thing that I want to say. So I believe that, we can choose where we want to go, but we should let God drive, like God be the driver because He actually knows like the easiest ways to lead us to where we want to go. And so just trust God, like pray to God, ask for what you want, but just put it in His hands and let it go. So I want to say that before I start the video. And as many of you might be also doing your New Year's resolution, I wanted to give you some ideas of things you can put in your resolution, like some Baha'i inspired ideas, because we all have like things we want to do, like in our careers, with our health, with our appearance, with like things we want to buy, like material stuff. But it's also like very good and probably the most important to focus on like spiritual things, because like when we say obligatory prayer, the short one, like our only duty, responsibility, like our only purpose in this life is to know and love God. So that shows us where our priorities should be in. So I wanted to remind you guys, or maybe inspire you guys to put some of these things in your New Year's resolution, and I will try to do the same. And then hopefully we can all together have a great 2019. Oh my gosh, it's so weird to say it. 2019. So weird. Anyways, so yes, let's begin. So I already talked about putting everything in God's hands, but and trusting Him, but also we should follow God's commandments. And I don't know if you guys know, but there's this thing called the prerequisites for spiritual growth, something like that. And it's based on Baha'i daily habits. So it's 9 daily habits, of course 9, because it's Baha'i. And I'm going to read them for you. So in case you want to add any of these, I mean, not if you want to, like there's spiritual prerequisites for success, and some of them are obligatory, like obligatory prayers. But I'm just going to read them to you, just so like things that you will need to work on. Okay, so we should strive this 2019 to do obligatories every day, the obligatory prayers. Read the writings every morning and every evening. Meditate on the teachings. We actually have to do that every single day, meditate on the teachings. And let me see, 95 Alláh-u-Abhás. This is kind of like together with obligatory prayer, you have to do it every single day. And I just found out that you have to do them after ablutions, I don't know how you call that, but you have to do ablutions to do the 95 Alláh-u-Abhás. I did not know that. And also Sheikh Effendi said that it's preferable for you to do them sitting down on the floor, in case you didn't know. Pray every morning and every evening, but of course pray all the time, every single day, because your actions are supposed to be beautiful prayers. Teach the faith. We have to teach the faith every single day. And this is one of the reasons that I started the Instagram for PABO, because I used to live in a farm in Brazil, and I was thinking, like, how am I going to teach the faith every single day? Like, I have no neighbors. My neighbors are a bunch of trees and cows. So I started teaching online with Instagram. So that was good. So find a way that you can teach every day. Bring yourself to account. This is Abdul-Bahá makes this very clear. Like, every night we need to bring ourselves like accountable, because eventually when we die, we're also going to be asked for what we did here. So we have to know every single day, and we have to work to making every new day better than the last day, the day before. So maybe putting that in your daily routine for 2019. Serve humanity. This is beautiful, and there are so many ways that you can serve humanity. So I'm going to talk more about that towards in the video, in the rest of the video. And elevate your behavior to reach the standard of Baha'u'lláh, like Baha'u'lláh standard for Baha'is. So these are things we have to do actually every single day if we want spiritual success, something like that. Okay, so this is awesome. I have an infographic on this if you want. It's I posted on Facebook today, so you can find it there, which has everything summarized. You can print it and put it on your fridge or whatever. Also, another thing that I just recently learned about, I mean, I knew about it because in the Holy Land, when I served in Haifa, they used to do it sometimes, but I was just like, okay, that's just for some people, like people that really, really want to. But this is dawn prayers. Dawn prayers, Abdul-Bahá actually says that, not Abdul-Bahá, Baha'u'lláh says that every true seeker should do dawn prayers in the early dawn of every day. So every single day, wake up super early when the sun rises to pray. And I also read somewhere that you must pray like with such intensity that you have like tears in your eyes. Sorry, my phone almost fell down. Okay, so dawn prayers, and this is something I'm working on. And I must say that at first it feels like God is torturing you. Like, if you don't think about it as much, like if you just see it as like an obligation, it sounds like torture, like waking up every single day at 6 a.m. It's crazy. But if you actually realize that God knows what's best for you, if you think about it, waking up early is just so beneficial in so many different ways. So I hope you can search more about it, see all the benefits, learn about all the benefits yourself as you experience them. And yeah. So dawn prayers, maybe if you want to put that in your New Year's resolution. I definitely put that on my New Year's resolution, because also I get so productive during the day, so it's great. Obligatory prayers. I am so guilty of this because I am not very good at doing obligatory prayers, but I recently found out that you are not acceptable in the eyes of God if you do not do obligatory prayers. Oh my God, that was devastating. That was so like such a strong statement that I actually started learning about it. And the more I learned about it, the more I found new things about it, and everything was just so like all over the place, and things that I never ever knew about it. So like about obligatory prayers. So I decided to do a compilation on everything that I found, and I'm gonna turn that into a book because I just want to make it easy and accessible to everyone, and it's going to be a super easy and fun book about everything you need to know about obligatory prayers, because they are so important. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyways, when the book is out, I'll let you guys know. I'm almost done with it. I learned so much. It's crazy. Anyways, So, this is also another thing that I recently found out and that I'm going to try to incorporate in 2019, which is sing Alláh-u-Abhás the first thing in the morning, like as soon as you wake up, the first second as you wake up, you say Alláh-u-Abhás. And the first, and then during the day, you say Alláh-u-Abhás constantly. Whenever you encounter like hard situations, you also say Alláh-u-Abhás. And as soon as you put your head on your pillow, you must say Alláh-u-Abhás as well, which is the greatest name. So I am going to try to do that because I feel that is something so beautiful. Abdul-Bahá recommends us to do it. So, and we have to be like Abdul-Bahá. So that's an advice for you guys if you want to be more like Abdul-Bahá. Let me see what else. So also volunteering, doing acts of service. You can do Baha'i acts of service. You can do non-Baha'i acts of service, which is all Baha'i because just being good is Baha'i. So also you can do like children's classes, devotionals, junior youth, or tutor like something like a course. You can do ISGP. You can do the courses from Fundaec, from Ruhi, from so many different things. There's so many different things you can do. But I would also encourage you to use your talents, your passion, your gifts to serve, because I feel that God gave you those talents for a reason. And if you just keep your talents to yourself, it's selfish, right? So use your talents to serve. Like for example, uh the guys, there are a few people in Canada, I think. They knew English. That was a talent. There were a bunch of immigrants there, so they started doing English classes for the immigrants. But in the English classes, instead of talking about like random nonsense to teach English, they started talking about Baha'i principles, and it just became this beautiful community. It's such a successful endeavor. Or for example, Tahrir Justice Center, which this woman, she's a lawyer, she's passionate about law and human rights, and she just dedicates her time, her passion, her gifts to serve. That's beautiful. Or anything, like if you're artistic, like find a way that you can use your art to serve, like anything. So yes, maybe incorporate using your talents and serving and using your time to help people and make the world better, right? So another thing that I want to talk about, in case you did not know, but cleanliness is super important. I did not know much about this. I mean, my mom used to say these things to me when I was a kid, but it just like went inside one ear and outside the other. You know, like kids, they don't listen. But recently I found out that your if your clothes are dirty, God will not accept your prayers. Just so for you to understand the power of cleanliness, because it is a sign of purity, and then God likes everything clean. And also I feel that that's why, like the Holy Land, everything is just so pretty and nice and clean. And I think we should emulate that in our lives, because our exterior represents our interior. So making your surroundings clean, making yourself clean, like, trying to be more organized, more polished this new year, I think is always going to be a good thing. Because also your exterior, when people see your exterior, you are a representative of the Baha'i faith. So, be a pure one, like one that exhales exhales, I don't know how to say this in English, one that shows like cleanliness and purity with his actions and his deeds and everything. So cleanliness, oh my gosh, this is such a hard word, sorry. um okay, another thing that I want to incorporate in my New Year's resolution, and you could in yours if you want, is this prayer from Abdul-Bahá, that he says we should say it daily. And it's not obligatory prayer, so I don't think many people know about it, but I read about it on a prayer book. It was the first prayer in the prayer book, and it says that you should say it daily. And I was like, how come I never knew about this? So I'm going to leave the prayer in the comments. It's a beautiful prayer, beautiful prayer, like that asks for assistance and guidance and all beautiful things. So I'll leave the prayer there, so you can say it daily if you want. Another thing to put in your New Year's resolution is walking and exercises or sports. So for example, walking. Abdul-Bahá used to walk every single day as a habit, And I heard that even Baha'u'lláh, when he was in Baji in prison, like imprisoned in his own house, or maybe also in the cell, I don't know. He used to walk around the room, as exercise, just because it's very important. And you have to take care of your body because your body is the temple of your spirit. And there's a beautiful quote about that I'm gonna put on Instagram soon. And sports, there is this quote from Sheikh Effendi that he wrote before he was the Guardian, but he says that let me see what he says. I forgot. He says that sports are an indispensable factor for intellectual and moral growth. So what the heck? So yeah, if you can include exercise, walking, or sports or whatever into your New Year's resolution, that's going to be great, because also, like, the healthier you are, the better you can serve, the better you can just be. So yeah. Also, another thing that you could incorporate in your New Year's resolution, if you don't do this already, or if you want to improve in this, is donating to the funds and Huqúqu'lláh. So I don't know much about the Huqúqu'lláh. My mom just went to a conference on the Huqúqu'lláh, and she got so inspired. She had so much to share with me, but it was just so much I did not remember half of what she said. But apparently it's very important, very beautiful. It's the right of God. And also donating to the fund, because there's so much that needs to be done, like, around the world. And the Baha'i faith has the ability to improve, like, humanity, little by little, day by day. So when we contribute to the funds, we help the world improve, So donating to the funds. Also, donating to the funds is a way to thank God for giving you the money to contribute to the funds, even if it's just like 1 cent. And what else was I going to say? Oh, I think that, I don't remember who said this, but when you donate to the funds, your wealth is multiplied, your blessings are multiplied, something like that. I do not remember, but you can study more about the funds, study more about the Huqúqu'lláh. That's what I'm going to do. So I highly, highly recommend incorporating that in 2019 if you don't already. And let me see. I'm almost done. Sorry, it's a lot of things. Another thing that you can do if you want is practice meaningful conversations. I know that this year of 2018, there were so many times where I found myself getting home, or like, when you're like reflecting about your day in the shower, and you just come up with all these things that you could have said, like, for meaningful conversations, but you just wasted the conversation talking about nonsense. So in 2019, I recommend you and me and everyone to practice, starting meaningful conversations is not that hard, and it's a great way to teach the faith. So you can also cross teaching the faith out of your to-do list. And yeah, so practice meaningful conversations, because we need that a lot. Let me see. Oh, another thing that you can try, it's not really that necessary. I don't want to say that, because so the thing is veganism or vegetarianism, or just eating less animals and animal products. So first of all, I just want to say that whenever I talk about veganism, I feel that people confuse veganism and Baha'i faith, like, as one thing together. And it's not, every Baha'i has their own dietary choices. But it's also, like, in the writings of Abdul-Bahá, I think that in the future, we will eat more, like, grains. Like, we will only eat, like, not animal products. There are quotes on that. You can search it up if you want. But so I feel that we should progress towards that direction, because if Abdul-Bahá is saying that that's how the future is going to be, so maybe we can work towards that somehow in our own little ways, because it's also about showing compassion to the animals. And there are many, I don't know, I don't want to say too much about it because I know it's a controversial topic, but if you want, if this resonates with you, I would highly encourage you to eat less animal products. Cool? Cool. Or not. Everybody has their own ideas. Let me see. Okay, so I have 3 more things. This one I think is amazing, amazing, amazing. So in 2019, I recommend you to face your fears, honestly. And this is something I'm going to try to do. Like the hardest fears, like the one that hurts the most. So do that, because there is this quote from Abdul-Bahá that he says that um, the same test will come over and over in greater degree until your weakness has become a strength. So until you face your fears and you master your emotions, the same test is going to come and destroy you every single time, like in even greater force, until you become stronger than it. So if you want this 2019, face your fears. I would highly, not me, Abdul-Bahá would highly recommend that, and I am going to try to do that. I actually am starting to do that already, so yeah, I'm so happy about it. And I just did a video on this, and I think if you want to know more about it and why, you could watch the video, even though it's a bad video, but as every single video that I do. But if you want, like, I did like a big research on the topic and I explained it to you, all the reasons why. But in 2019, I would highly recommend if we could stop swearing. I tried doing this and I feel like I'm doing pretty good. It's not that hard. So stop swearing. If you want to know more about it, there's the video somewhere on YouTube. And the last thing that I'm going to say is, declutter. We don't need that much material stuff. In the writings that says that God sufficeth all things above all things, so we don't really need anything. We just need God. So get rid of like your stuff. And one good way of doing that is donating to charity, like donating to people that actually need it more than you. And it's just going to lift up a huge weight off of your shoulders. And I think that Baha'u'lláh says that charity is the prince of goodly deeds. Goodly deeds. That's a funny 2 words, goodly deeds. So donate to charity the things that you don't need. Donate to charity things that you do like and enjoy before they get so bad that even charity is going to be like, this is not good. So this is it for today's video. It turned out to be a huge video as usual, but I hope this was useful. Thank you so much for my beautiful new friend, Nade Illustrations. I don't know how to say her name properly. She's French. She does beautiful illustrations. You could check her out on Instagram. I'm going to put the link to her Instagram in the description because she is sweet and she's probably the only reason I'm doing this video today. And I'm hopefully going to try to do more videos in 2019. And thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I hope this was useful. I hope this was of service. And bye-bye!